What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Funko 411. A little bit of a different style video today. As you can see, we're obviously not at the desk. We're gonna try something new. We're gonna do a little bit of a pop hunt. I've done pop hunts before, but usually it's been like event driven. Like I went to like NYCC, but today we're gonna do like a more of a local pop hunt. We're gonna go to McKay's used bookstores. I've been there before. It's a little bit of a drive for me, but we're gonna make the haul over there. I have a bunch of pops here, as you can see, that I'm going to trade in. And you might be asking, like, why am I trading some of these in? A lot of these are damaged pops, like ones that just have a good amount of damage that I've either gotten from mystery boxes, or maybe I even just bought them a long time ago, like this Storm. I'm pretty sure I bought this a long time ago and it's just really beat up. But these are ones that I did a mystery box run a few months ago of damaged Funko Pops. And these are ones that I wouldn't have even put in those mystery boxes because they're too beat up. So I figured we could take them all, you know, go through them and trade them in. And I'll kind of just show you a little bit of what's in here before we head over to McKay's, just so you kind of get an idea of what I'm trading in. But I did already go through these myself and figure out like what the PPG value of all the pops was, just so I had an idea of like how much to expect, you know, when I trade them in. And the total PPG on all of these pops was, funny enough, and I promise I didn't plan this, but funny enough, it was exactly $600. So all of the pops in here, the total PPG value was 600 bucks. So, you know, with all the damage and all that stuff, I have no idea what we're gonna get. I'm hoping for maybe like 350, something like that, if we do like the trade-in value. And then what we'll do is we'll see how we can do in terms of like picking up new pops and, you know, kind of upgrading some of these damaged pops to stuff that maybe I'll put in a future mystery box. Maybe I'll even find something that I want to buy for my own collection. So that's what we're going to do today. Right now, we're going to head over to McKay's, and then we'll see exactly how much they're going to give us for the trade-in. All right, so we made it to McKay's, and the way it works here, you basically drop off all your stuff at like a little drop-off center over there, and then they give you a little order ticket. So we have our little ticket here, and when your order's ready, it comes up on the screen over there, and we'll see how much we got for our trade. But in the meantime, while we're waiting to see how much money we got to spend from that $600 in pops, we'll be able to kind of take a look at all of their pops here. They have a lot of stuff. So we'll start over here and kind of take a pass at this wall while we wait. I mean, it is a lot of stuff, so it's going to take me a little while to get through it, but we'll kind of take each section. It looks like mostly Marvel here, and then we got some TV and movies. So we'll start over here and see what we have. Something that I saw that stood out right off the bat. It had Edward Scissorhands, which is a cool one to see, but 35 bucks. And see, this one does have a good amount of damage too. That's the thing you got to be careful with here, is like they do take a lot of product from people who maybe more casual collectors, so sometimes the condition might not be the best. We've got 6,000 piece Dino for 15 bucks. I might actually pick this up. I've been trying to go through and pick up some of like the Funko, like the spastic plastic or the fantastic plastic. Like here's another one, T-Bone. This one, the box is kind of beat up, but another still a cool one to see. Let's see what else they have on this little section. I'm probably gonna hold on to this one because this one was in like a protector, so maybe I'll grab this one. What do we have up here? We've got Richard from Tommy Boy. This is a cool one to see. You don't see this one very often. 12 bucks. That's a pretty good deal for an older pop, and it's actually not in bad condition. And I kind of realize I'm probably gonna need a cart because usually I end up getting way too much stuff here, so we're gonna grab a cart to start putting stuff in. So we'll grab Richard, and then we'll grab Dino, and then kind of keep looking around here. Actually, if you look over there, our number is already ready, so we're gonna go see how much we got for our trade-in. All right, so we got our trade ticket, and I was actually fairly close on my guess. We got $322.34. I said $350 would have been good, so you know, pretty decent considering all those pops had some damage to them. So we'll keep looking around now and see what else we can find. I don't know if we're gonna find $300 worth, but we do have a couple pops already, so let's keep looking. Now here's a fun one. Let's see what this one is, if it's got good condition or not. But we've got Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 25 bucks. So again, it's kind of priced fairly, and it does have some damage to it. So I don't know. I wish it was in better condition. I'd probably pick it up, but because of the damage, I'm probably gonna leave that one behind too. What else is up here? Fantasy Island. We've got Vanessa Kensington from Austin Powers. Dustin from the Snowball Dance, $41. That seems, oh, it's got the con sticker, that's why. That's a cool one, but not for $41, I don't think. Oh, look at this. We've got Violet from Willy Wonka also with the shared sticker. How's the condition on this box? Condition on this one's actually pretty good, but well, it's got a little bit of a rip up there, a little bit of a rip right there, and it is 30 bucks, so I don't know, maybe we'll wait on that one. What about Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black? See, this is what I like about coming to like McKay's, is like you get such a wide variety of stuff because people bring their collections in, and there's always like old stuff. I never really find a ton of like brand new stuff at McKay's because they're not buying stuff from Funko, they're not buying, you know, bulk from anything. It's always collection stuff, so it's always nice to see what they have. They even have a bunch of Dorbs down here, and I saw they had a Freddy that I was going to look at. It looks like Freddy as like, it's a 2000 piece, but 10 bucks. Might look that one up to see what that one is. They also have this Freddy. That one's a 3000 piece. Again, I don't know much about it. 10 bucks though. So I might look those two up just to see kind of what they're actually worth. We got Steamboat Mickey or Willie. So we got maybe one more Freddy over here. What's this Freddy? Got another Freddy. This one's just a regular exclusive, but again, 10 bucks. So I don't know. Maybe check out those three. So nothing's really screaming at me from the Marvel stuff. I mean, there are some cool ones. Like I did see, what was one of the ones that I saw that was cool? I saw Rhino over here, which is one that I actually was hunting for a long time ago, but for $30, I'm not sure if I want to go for that one. Let's see what else. This is a cool one, Cosmic Ghost Rider. You don't see this one very often, but again, they kind of price that a little high, 40 bucks. The trick at McKay's that I've found, I've only done this a few times, but the trick that I've found is you have to find stuff where they priced it under PPG. So every now and then you'll kind of find like a diamond in the rough where they might have priced it a little bit too low, because they, they go through a lot of volume. Oh, here's another Elwood. This is the 3000 piece Elwood. So they have, the other one that I found earlier was the 6000 piece. So I might pick up both of those, because like I said, I've kind of been trying to go back and get some of those fantastic plastic. You got Tallahassee. This is a cool one. I think this one might be a decent deal. If the box, yeah, the box is a little bit damaged on the top there. I don't know, I have to think about that one. But some of those Zombieland pops actually went up a pretty decent amount in value. There's Bill Murray from Zombieland. Again, you got to be careful because some of the boxes you just, are not going to be in the greatest shape because they do probably turn over a lot really quickly here. Some Stranger Things. Got some more. Actually, here's a cool one. Look at that. We've got the M3 Monster. Does have some damage though, but that one's only $15.95. That's a pretty good deal for that pop. I don't know, maybe I'll hold on to it, but because of the damage, I'm not sure. Another thing I like to check out when I'm here is the DVDs, because they have a lot of really good Blu-rays and DVDs that you don't always see places. So if you're ever looking for like something random, I'm a big horror fan, so if I'm ever here and I want to just find some random movie that I just want to pick up on a Blu-ray, I mean, they kind of have a little bit of everything, so it's always nice to kind of peek around at the Blu-rays too. But we'll probably head back to the Pops shortly. We found Quake. This is kind of a cool one. It's just one that you don't like see all the time, so it's not anything like super rare, and the price is probably pretty fair on it. So I might get this one just because I think it would be good for like a mystery box, because it's not something I necessarily want to keep, but it's something that people would like to see because it's at least like a little bit older pop. This was an interesting one. We got Jace from Duck Dynasty. I thought the funny part was that it has this Five Below sticker on it, which looks like it's like really old. So I guess Five Below has had pops for longer than even I thought. Down here, this is something that we're definitely looking for. So we've got Leonardo, original Ninja Turtle line, and it's only 12 bucks. So this is easily like a $40 or $50 pop. So even though like the box is not like perfect, I'm definitely still gonna be picking this one up. But I don't want to spoil everything, so we'll poke around a little bit, see what we can find, and then I'll show you what we picked up back at the office. All right, so we made it back from McKay's, and as you can see, we got a lot of stuff, a lot more than what I ended up showing you in the store. I tried to put that stuff at the top so that all the stuff at the bottom will be a little bit of a surprise. I'll show you everything, but before I go through it, I did want to say I ended up spending $325 total out the door, so only a few dollars over what we got back in that trade value. So I'll put that over on the side here so we see how much we got. And then I'll tell you exactly how much we got in PPG value once we get through the pops, because, you know, at the end of the day, the goal was to kind of trade and upgrade. So I wanted to trade in some stuff that I knew was stuff that was either not really desirable stuff or stuff that I knew was damaged. Most of that stuff really was like damaged stuff that I just didn't want to put in like a mystery box or anything like that. So a lot of this stuff is, you know, older pops, stuff that you don't see all the time, stuff that I would feel really good about putting in a mystery box in the future. And then I also found stuff that I know I'm going to keep for my collection. So I'm going to move the bin out of the way, and then we'll go through everything. And I'm going to start off with these few pops because I know that these are ones that I specifically kind of called out in the video. The best one in terms of like a grab for the value was this one. We got the Leonardo, the OG one, for 12 bucks, and this one has a PPG of 48. Now, this one, I'm not sure if I'll put this in a mystery box because it does have a little bit of damage. I might end up just selling this one. Maybe I'll put it on my website if somebody wants to pick it up, because I wouldn't feel comfortable trying to sell it, or, you know, for that price because of the little bit of damage. So still a really good pickup on Leonardo. Another one that I did think was a good value was Richard, 13 bucks, and has a PPG of 21, so not bad there. These, the Elwood and the Dino, these were ones that I wanted to pick up for my own collection because I am trying to go back and kind of collect some of the Funko brand, you know, fantastic plastic ones. So these didn't have crazy values, 12 and 19 bucks, and you know, we paid relatively close to that on those. And then the last one I thought was a cool pickup here was Quake, 14 bucks, and has a PPG of 19. So wanted to show you those first because I knew I pointed those out in the video, but the rest of these I think should be more of a surprise. So this next little batch is like basically Disney stuff. I have 2 more batches after this one, so hang around if you want to see everything. 2 more batches, but the Disney ones, I thought this was a cool pickup. We got the Witch from Snow White, 15 bucks, and PPG was 28. So a good pickup. Like I said, McKay's, you know, you can always find some stuff that they price under PPG and some stuff that they price way over PPG for whatever reason. Another one that they had a really good value on, again, I don't know why, 8 bucks for the original Pocahontas, and this one has a PPG of 26. You know, maybe 26 isn't like completely accurate on the price, but it's certainly worth more than $8. So Pocahontas was a good grab. They actually had Miko also, but that one was priced like right at PPG, so I didn't grab that one because it wasn't something I was going to hold on to. Another one I thought was cool, and I don't know, I might actually hold on to this one, is Wildcat from Tailspin. Just 5 bucks, not like a super rare pop or anything like that, but $12 on PPG, and it's just a cool one. I always watched that show when I was a kid, so thought that would be a cool one to grab. Then we have Simba, the flocked version from Entertainment Earth. 14 bucks, PPG was 21, so I grabbed that one. Again, you know, it's not anything like crazy, but it's at least something older, something that you don't always see when you get a mystery box, something that's fun to see if you were to buy a mystery box. So I thought that would be a good one to grab and hold on to. And then last one from the Disney set here, we've got Zeus, 17 bucks, PPG 18, so just $1 difference. But again, I thought it was like a cool one that I don't see all the time. He's got like the little baby Pegasus in his hands. Just a cool pop, Hot Topic exclusive. So grab that one. All right, we got 2 more batches of pops I'm going to do, and then we'll tell you exactly how much in PPG we got for all the pops that we picked up. All right, and here is our next batch, and these are some fun ones. These are ones, a couple that I'm definitely going to keep for myself, kind of in line with those few that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I saw these Funko monsters and I thought they were really cool looking. Again, these I actually took a loss on because I just wanted to pick it up. This one was $16 and PPG is only $9, but I just thought that was a really cool looking figure, and it kind of made me want to go back and collect some of these other monsters from this line. So I grabbed that one even though it was over PPG. This one, Pickles, it was $18, PPG was $22, but I did look online. You can get this for a lot less than $22, but like I said, this will probably be one that I hold on to, or if I do decide to put it in a mystery box, again, it's a cool pop to pull from a mystery box because it's something you don't see all the time. Then we've got, I think it's Pulpo, 2,500 piece. $18 and $23 PPG. So not crazy PPG value or anything like that, but it was cool to see a pretty limited piece at the store. And then another one that's not very rare at all, 5,000 piece Proto Punk was $10 and PPG's 22. This one for sure I'm keeping because I'm pretty sure I sold the one that I got when I, opened these Fun Days boxes, but I like this figure a lot. So I think I'm going to keep this one, take that one out of the box. And then last one from this little group is the Kool-Aid Man Diamond Edition, and this one was 17, PPG of 29. Again, not quite sure that 29 is the most accurate on that, but a cool one either way, and one that, you don't see anymore. This one's a few years old now, so you don't see it all the time. So there's the Kool-Aid Man. All right, we got one more batch, and we'll wrap it up. And here is our final batch, and as you can see right at the top, we actually did find a Dorbs, but I'll show you that in a second. So here's our last little group of pops. I'll show you the Dorbs first because I thought this was a cool one. Just $5. They're not worth very much. PPG is actually $6, so a little bit more than what I paid, but 5,000 piece Dorbs. I actually remember when this set of Dorbs came out because they had, like, I think the other 3 Rugrats, like it was Tommy and Chucky and maybe one other. But Reptar is my favorite. I have like all the other random Reptar stuff, the pops, the sodas, the mystery minis and all that, but I didn't have the Dorbs, so I figured I'd pick up the Dorbs. Next up, these are some decent pickups actually. The Craft, we got Sarah. This one came out in 2020, $10, and PPG is 10, but I think that this one actually has some potential to keep going up in value because this whole set, I don't imagine them ever going back and making more pops for these. So I could see these kind of going up a little bit. And as evidence of that, Nancy was $17 and her PPG is 34. So you can see like some of them are starting to pick up in value. I think they did produce a good amount of a few of these because they have done like autograph signings and stuff like that. But 2 Craft Pops, I thought those were good pickups. Batman and Robin, I love Mr. Freeze. They do have like a con or a shared exclusive of this one that's like, I don't remember, maybe it's like metallic or something, but $11, PPG 17, so nothing crazy different in terms of price, but a cool pop and one that I liked, so I grabbed that one. We got Gremlins, we got Gizmo, 2019 pop for $20 and PPG's 27. So pretty close on price on that one. It's the FYE exclusive. Again, something, I don't see all the time, which I keep saying that because that's the nice thing about going to a place like McKay's. You see a lot of pops that you don't always see, and they're priced decently. It seems like they go a little bit under PPG on most stuff. I will say that you have to be careful there because there's a lot of stuff that is way overpriced too. So it's like a very hit or miss. You have to just kind of look at each pop on its own. Don't take anything at whatever the price is to be PPG because it's either going to be way over or possibly a little bit under. So be careful because I did see some stuff there that I thought about grabbing, but then I saw the price and I was like, oh wow, it's way overpriced. So, just be careful. But Gizmo, a cool one. Then we've got from Scrubs, Dr. Cox. This was a good pickup. $18 and PPG is 40 on that one. So this one's definitely picking up a little bit in terms of value, a little bit of an older pop, 2019. And then our last one is Otto from Happy Gilmore. I don't know. Did I show? Maybe I might have showed this one in the clips, or maybe I cut that out. But $19 for Otto, $38 in PPG, and this is a cool one. This one, I don't know. This might be one that I hold on to because I do have a couple of the other Happy Gilmore Pops, and this one is kind of a unique mold. But that is everything we picked up. So in total, we ended up picking up $500 in PPG value. So like I said at the beginning, we were trading in $600 in PPG value, and those were all like damaged pops, and we got back $500 in PPG value, spending exactly, pretty much exactly what the trade-in value was, because we got $325 in cost. We only, so we spent a few bucks, but basically only closing that gap by like $100 and upgrading, in my opinion, upgrading all of those pops from what they were to a much better variety of pops. So I think we did pretty good. But since this is a new kind of series, definitely let me know in the comments below if you like this kind of video, if you want to see me do more videos where I go trade in stuff and try to upgrade the pops and stuff like that. I had a lot of fun doing it. Definitely not something I do all the time, but something I wouldn't mind doing a little bit more often if you guys like it. So leave me a comment down below, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button, completely free. Do all that stuff, and I will see you on the next one.